The regular meeting of the Minneapolis Heritage Preservation Commission will now begin.
Good afternoon. Welcome to this live broadcast of our virtual meeting of the August 24th, 2021 regular meeting of the Minneapolis Heritage Preservation Commission. This meeting includes the remote participation of members as authorized under Minnesota Statute Section 13D.021 due to the declared local health pandemic. For the record, my name is Madeline Sundberg and I serve as chair of the Minneapolis Heritage Preservation Commission. I will now call this meeting to order and ask the clerk to call the roll so we may verify the presence of a quorum.
Commissioner Bjornberg.
Present.
Commissioner Booty.
Present.
Commissioner Howard.
Present.
Commissioner Johnson.
Present.
Commissioner Nystrom.
Present.
Commissioner Sandbolt.
Present.
Commissioner Stady has said he won't be here this evening. Commissioner Struthers.
Present.
Commissioner Vandereyck.
Here.
Commissioner Sundberg.
Present.
9 members present.
Thank you. Let the record reflect we do have quorum. With that, we will proceed to our agenda, a copy of which was posted for public access to the city's legislative information management system, which is available at lims.minneapolismn.gov. Our first order of business is to adopt the agenda for this meeting. We'll work from the agendas that are available online. I'll go through the agenda and sort out which items will be continued to a future meeting, which items will be discussed, and what items will be put on the consent agenda to be approved as recommended by staff and without further discussion. Item number 4 is 620 and 700 First Street North, Ward 3. This is a certificate of appropriateness. This item will be on consent unless someone wishes to speak in opposition to or modify the staff recommendations. So this time I'd like to check to see if there were any commissioners who wished to pull item 4 off of the consent agenda, or if there are any members of the public who wish to speak in opposition to item number 4. If you could press *6 and let me know that you called in to do so. Okay, don't see any at this point. Item number 5, the Linhurst Residential Historic District Guidelines, Ward 13, will be discussed. So again, the proposed agenda is the consent agenda will include item number 4, which is 620 and 700 First Street North. Again, is there any opposition to or modifications to the staff recommendations for these items? Anyone in the public who wishes to speak, if you could press *6 and let me know. So we will approve the consent items in one motion at the start of the meeting. And then item number 5, the Lyndhurst Residential Historic District Guidelines, will have staff presentation, commission discussion, and action. Commissioners, may I have a motion to approve the proposed agenda?
Bjornberg so moves.
Thank you, Commissioner Bjornberg. Is there a second?
Struthers seconds.
Thank you, Commissioner Struthers. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll ask the clerk to call a roll on the motion.
Commissioner Bjornberg.
Aye.
Commissioner Booty.
Aye.
Commissioner Howard.
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson.
Aye.
Commissioner Nystrom.
Aye.
Commissioner Sandbolt.
Aye.
Commissioner Struthers.
Aye.
Commissioner Vandereyck.
Aye.
Commissioner Sundberg.
Aye.
9 yeas and 0 nays.
Thank you. The agenda is approved. Our next order of business will be to approve the minutes from our August 10th, 2021 meeting. May I have a motion to approve those minutes?
Bjornberg so moves.
Thank you, Commissioner Bjornberg. Is there a second?
Nystrom second.
Thank you, Commissioner Nystrom. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll on the motion.
Commissioner Bjornberg,
Aye.
Commissioner Booty,
Aye.
Commissioner Howard,
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson,
Abstain.
Commissioner Nystrom,
Aye.
Commissioner Sambolt,
Abstain.
and Commissioner Struthers,
Aye.
Commissioner Vander Eyck,
Abstain.
Chair Sundberg.
Aye.
That's 6 yeas and 3 abstentions.
Thank you. The minutes are approved. Before I open the hearing to public comments, let me summarize the process for conducting the public hearing in this virtual format. First, we'll act on the consent agenda we just set. Once items on the consent agenda are approved, the commission is done with those items. Applicants may contact planning staff tomorrow about next steps. After the consent agenda items are approved, we'll take each remaining agenda item in order. First, planning staff will present its report and commissioners may ask questions of the staff. Then we will hear from the applicant and commissioners may ask questions of the applicant. After that, I'll open the public hearing. We will invite public comment. We'll take any speakers in the order they pre-registered. If there are any, speakers will be limited to 2 minutes. After your name is called, please state your name and address for the record and then proceed to your comments. After we've completed the list of any pre-registered speakers, we'll see if there are any other speakers in the queue who may have called in. In order to activate your microphone, you'll need to press *6 on your phone and wait to hear the pre-recorded message before you begin speaking. And please keep your comments on the specific application that is before us today. After the public comments are complete, I will close the hearing. Commissioners will deliberate and act on the application before us. So I will now open the public hearing on the consent agenda items. So again, this is item number 4, 620 and 700 First Street North. Again, is there any opposition to staff recommendations for this item or modifications? Either commissioners or members of the public, you can press *6 and let me know that you called about item number 4. Okay, seeing none, I will now close the public hearing on the consent agenda items. May I have a motion to approve staff findings and recommendations for these items?
Johnson so moves.
Thank you, Commissioner Johnson. Is there a second?
Bjornberg seconds.
Thank you, Commissioner Bjornberg. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll on the motion.
Commissioner Bjornberg,
Aye.
Commissioner Booty,
Aye.
Commissioner Howard,
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson,
Aye.
Commissioner Nystrom,
Aye.
Commissioner Sambolt,
Aye.
Commissioner Struthers,
Aye.
Commissioner Vander Eyck,
Aye.
Chair Sundberg.
Aye.
9 yeas and 0 nays.
Thank you. Item number 4, which is 620 and 700 First Street North, is approved as recommended by staff on the agenda. The applicant for the item may contact planning staff tomorrow about next steps. Item number 5 is the Linhurst Residential Historic District Guidelines, and the staff report will be presented by John Smalley.
Good evening, Madam Chair and Commissioners. My name is John Smalley. I'm filling in for Andrea Burke tonight to present the Historic Design Guidelines for the Linhurst Residential Historic District. Next slide, please. As you know, on July 31st, 2020, the Minneapolis City Council designated the Linhurst Residential Historic District in South Minneapolis. Bounded by 46th and 48th Streets West and DuPont Avenue South and both sides of Fremont Avenue South, the district contains 65 out of 66 contributing resources. would our IT team take a look and see if perhaps we've got a different set of slides? This would be for the Linhurst Residential Historic District. It should be 4 slides, PowerPoint presentation. I'll proceed with my sort of introduction here. Thank you. Thank you. That's perfect. The Historic District is significant for its association with a pattern of development in the area east of Lake Harriet and for its representation of residential architectural styles of the early 20th century. Next slide, please. At the July 27th, 2021 meeting, the HPC requested specific revisions to the guidelines document that was prepared by a preservation consultant, Hess Royce & Company, and completed in June 2021. Staff completed most of the requested changes. Next slide, please. In addition to a minor change in the acknowledgements, changes were made to page 13 regarding additions relative to setbacks and height, page 14 under new construction and garages relative to height and materials, and instead of making the requested change to page 16, the change was made to page 13, where language was added regarding accessory dwelling units and garage additions. No change was made regarding the height and massing for new garages, as these requirements are regulated by the zoning code and dependent upon individual lot size, grading, and any existing accessory floor area. This is consistent with how other historic district design guidelines handle height and massing of garages and accessory structures. With the revisions to the document, CPED recommends that the Heritage Preservation Commission adopt staff findings and adopt the Linhurst Residential Historic District Design Guidelines. This concludes my presentation. I'm available for any questions that you may have.
Thank you, John. Are there any questions for staff? Commissioner Howard.
Since I'm the one who raised the questions last time, I just wanted to say thanks for making the changes. I think this looks great.
Thank you, Commissioner Howard. I agree. I went through and looked at the edits, and I appreciated having our thoughts addressed. Any other commissioner comments, questions? I think we're all excited to have these guidelines go through, and that and once the guidelines are in place, it tends to be a lot easier for residents in the historic districts. So I appreciate the fast turnaround with the edits so that we can get these in place. Any further discussion, or would somebody like to make a motion? Commissioner Howard.
I'll make a motion to adopt the Linhurst Residential Historic District Design Guidelines.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Booty second.
Nystrom second.
Oh, I'll give that to Commissioner Booty. Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, would the clerk please call a roll on the motion?
Commissioner Bjornberg,
Aye.
Commissioner Booty,
Aye.
Howard,
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson,
Aye.
Commissioner Nystrom,
Aye.
Commissioner Sandvolt,
Aye.
Commissioner Struthers.
As a resident of the district, I'm going to abstain, even though I hope I don't have anything I need to do to my house that will require a certificate of appropriateness.
Fair enough. Thank you. Commissioner Van Der Eyck,
Aye.
Sundberg.
Aye.
That's 8 yeas and 1 abstention.
Thank you. The motion passes. That concludes our agenda items for tonight. Commissioners or staff, do you have any other announcements or commission business? I know we all got an email saying that Andrea was out starting her maternity leave, so we all sent her our virtual good wishes here. But I don't know if there are any other announcements.
No other announcements.
Okay. Well, that makes this easy. With that, we've completed all items on the agenda for this meeting. I will again ask members and staff if there are any other matters to come before this meeting. There being no other business this meeting, if not and without objection, I will declare this meeting adjourned. The next regular meeting of the HPC is September 14th, 2021. Thank you, everyone.